welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a video that I was not gonna film, and then I was speaking to my friend Liv Rook on Instagram and she was like, oh, I'm loving watching them as videos, you should film it. And I was like, okay, do you know what? It's not like I'm bursting with content ideas, so I am gonna sit down and film this video for you guys. The inspiration came from Emma's Rectangle. She has an amazing YouTube channel and Instagram. If you haven't heard of her, check her out. I will link her video down below because this is almost a direct copy. Also, this is really annoying me. Why are they not evenly spread out? Today I am here with trying to get 1 month of Instagram content in a day. This is difficult for a multitude, is that the right word? Multiple reasons. One, obviously we can't really go out, there's nowhere to take photos, it's dark half the time. When it's not dark, it's raining. Like, going outside to take pictures is not the one. So I planned a home photo shoot with most of the photos being in my actual house because I have so many beautiful clothes that I've never really had the chance to wear, or I haven't worn for about a year now, and I wanted to just try them on and like almost play dress up and just have a good time and take some photos. So in my 2021 organizer, which I have here, it's from TK Maxx by the way, I planned 9 shoots, and by shoots I mean like different locations and different outfits, obviously not like anything more dramatic. And I wanted to get this content the best that I could. I borrowed a camera that was not mine. Basically, Tom is able to like lease cameras at his work and stuff and like borrow cameras and stuff. So these were all taken on a Canon 77D, which I kindly borrowed from my boyfriend. I really recommend it. However, you could have got these photos on a different camera. If I'm trying to get really high quality images and I can't like lease a camera from somewhere, usually what I do is take them on my own camera. This is the Canon 700D. However, all of the photos on screen were taken by the 77D, which is like next step up. This is a hefty DSLR and it is really good for taking them on your own, like self-timer pictures, because it has a viewfinder, but so does the 77D, which was amazing because I did manage to take these mainly all on my own. However, my mum is now a pretty handy photographer, especially when it comes to iPhone photography. Cameras are not quite there yet, but I made the best of a situation. Also, I really recommend getting yourself one of those little clickers so that you don't have to keep like moving to take the photo. I'm gonna get pretty much straight into it. I think during lockdown and like during just this period of being at home all the time, it can be a bit repetitive trying to get content, especially like for me it's part of my job. But I don't want to get dressed every day, and if you watch my vlogs you will know that I don't get dressed every day. I never get out of joggers and stuff. So I thought if I have one day where I've set aside the time to just get changed and take some more pictures and get changed and take some more, it means that I have content for hopefully about a month. I've edited them all before I filmed this and I think I've probably got enough for about 25 days. So we're gonna get straight into it. Now, as I said, the very first thing that I did was plan out all 9 shoots. Now, my notes are all scruffy and a bit all over the shop and not particularly making sense to anybody other than me, but that's good because they didn't need to make sense to anyone other than me. The first place I went for inspiration was Pinterest. I recommend that to anybody. I typed in something like home photo shoot ideas, like kitchen, home photo shoot ideas, living room, that kind of thing, and I just pinned them all to a board. I'll tag my board down below if you wanted to check it out. I actually don't really use Pinterest. I would say follow me, but like there's really not that much point, but you can check out the board if you want. So the very first thing that I wanted to do and to incorporate was take some photos with my new neon light. Now, if you watched my vlog last week, I got a neon light. It was meant to be for Christmas, but it only just arrived. I really wanted to shoot with this. However, I knew that getting a photo with another light in the image is always quite difficult. Like, the camera doesn't really know what to do. It struggles to focus a little bit between the light and between you. However, I think I got these pretty much bang on. I wanted to look like cozy and homey and just very like at home in my environment because it's my bedroom, you know. So I had like an oversized jumper on and I didn't have anything on my bottom half, which sounds weird, but hear me out. I knew that I was going to be sat kind of like with my knees up like this. These are the final images. As you can see, I'm going to insert them on the screen. There's about 6 that are my favorites. These are some of them. You'll probably have seen them on my Instagram already by now because I did Instagram these first. As I said, I wanted to make the neon light like a real feature of this photo shoot, and it felt right to have them go first because I just put the vlog up where I'd got that light, so it made sense. It just looks really cool. I said in a video last week that I'm trying to just embrace my natural hair, so throughout all of them I just had my hair like this. This is my natural hair. However, I have put some mermaid waves through the very front pieces just because these, if anybody has curly hair, you'll probably know the 2 front bits are the first to go flat. All of these photos I do have the same hairstyle, which is the only kind of like meh thing that I'm a bit annoyed about, but I didn't want to like straighten my hair and then curl my hair. I just wanted to have my hair be my hair. But I did alter my makeup, so that is a tip that I nicked from Emma's Rectangle, but I would recommend also. Start with the basic makeup and work your way from there. Okay, the next shoot was heavily inspired by Brandon Wolfall. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'll have heard me speak about him before. He is one of my favourite photographers. He's very like Tumblr, Instagram, lights, cute props, that kind of thing. His photos are always incredible. He is so talented. They're always taken in New York. They're just beautiful images, and he does this thing with fairy lights all the time where you kind of have like fairy lights like obscuring the camera a little bit, which I really wanted to do. I've done this before, so I kind of knew how to do this because I did this for my A-level photography. So easy, guys. If you have a camera, so say I could do it right now, all you have to do is attach the fairy lights to the camera. So like the battery pack, you could just rest it on top of the camera, stick it behind the camera, whatever, and then you hold the reel of fairy lights. Like, you don't need another person to be able to do that at all, but I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. So these are the final results. The vibe I was going for again was like cozy, homely, just like calm and at home. And as I said already, I've gone for the same outfit. These images I think personally just turned out pretty sick. I like them, a lot of fun. The next shoot, okay, this was where I wanted to incorporate putting on makeup, because like I didn't really have that much makeup on, and I kind of wanted to make that a focus of one of the photos. So I sat at my mum's new dressing table. So basically last week my mum ordered a dressing table and put it up, and it looks really pretty, and I thought, you know what, I kind of want to sit here. It has a huge mirror, beautiful natural light comes in from the window like at the back, which almost makes it a bit of a, like, it's beautiful but also it's hard to photograph because of where the light's coming from. On this day that we took the pictures, we were really lucky. It was like sunny but not sunny in the window. You can easily do this either with somebody, or again you could set up a camera on a tripod. It takes a bit of trial and error, but guys, it's not that difficult to do. I actually think that it looks more complicated and it looks more impressive than what it actually is to take the photograph. So these are my favorites from this shoot. Again, I've gone for really soft colors, neutral colors, the whites, the grays. I'm wearing white as well, and then the focus is me doing my eyeliner or me doing my mascara, I can't remember. And then I also turned around and took some facing the camera, because I did a lot where it was at the back of my head, which was nice, and that was what I was going for. But I thought there's nothing wrong with just turning around and taking some more pictures after I've done the makeup. So like these were the first set, and then the second looked like this. I just spun around, took these photos, and I thought, yeah, I can use these a couple of days or a couple of weeks later, because, you know, it doesn't really matter. They're still nice images. The next shoot was probably my favorite. I just think that the vibe was sick. So I'd planned this outfit specifically. I decided I wanted to go for a little bit of like a, not grunge, because I'm not very grunge at all, but like, you know, I have black nails, I wanted black heels, I wanted a black top. I have big hair naturally, so I could kind of try to rock that almost like 80s, 90s chic. And I did really dark lipstick, so this was the vibe I was going for anyway. And I went down to the kitchen, I made myself a gin. You know how I love a gin and tonic. Don't even like tonic, don't know why I said that. Gin and lemonade. And I thought I want to have some sitting on the kitchen counter. So these were the inspiration pictures. I saw these on Pinterest. I just absolutely love them. I thought these photos give me such like a end of the night, fun night out sort of vibe, or even like pre-drinks kind of vibe. They're not perfect, they're not super still, super crisp images, but they're a good time. I took my tripod down to my kitchen, and again, I have shot in this position before for a brand, and it took us ages to get it right. I knew that I needed artificial light with this one. I took my ring light downstairs and I lit the kitchen from the other side. These are the final photos from that shoot. These are some of my favorite. I just think the combination of like the hair, the lipstick, the top worked really well. Obviously it totally depends on the vibe you're going for, and it also depends on what your kitchen looks like. My kitchen's quite beige, it's very neutral, it's just like a blank canvas, so it was easy to take these pictures. I guess if you've got like bright red cupboards or something, this might not be your vibe, but it's a lot about trial and error as well, guys. Like I started with my hair half up, half down, didn't really like that, so I took it down and I just had it like this. The next one was probably the most hilarious to film and to, well, not to film, to photograph. I decided that I wanted to go for like a night out but in your living room sort of vibe. So I had an outfit in mind. It was a beautiful poly dress, which I've never had the chance to wear. I've had it about 2 years and I've never worn it because I've just never had the occasion. I live for the right party, and you best believe that the first night out I'm wearing this dress. Even if we're not going clubbing, I will be wearing this dress. I'll be the most overdressed person in that place, and I'll I'll be proud of it, because I just want to get dressed up and wear something nice to go out in. Anyway, did the best we could do, and I wore it to my living room with an oversized leather, I guess it's like a blazer, like a jacket, and I've featured this in my Instagrams a lot. I'm going to insert some older photos here of it because I really like it. I think it just is a piece that photographs really well. It makes you look kind of just, cool, I guess. I like it. It's a cool jacket. Anyway, the issue was the image I had in my mind was similar to this here in terms of like the composition. However, it just wasn't working. It just was not vibing. I wanted to focus on the heels. I have these beautiful heels. I'll insert a photo of them, which I've never worn because I can't walk in them, but they're beautiful, and I wanted to have them in this photograph because I just really love them as a fashion accessory. But for the life of me, I could not get it right. I just looked so bizarre. My body just did not look right in any of the positions that I tried. I was thinking in my head it was going to look so cool, and it just didn't. And I came down the stairs and the jacket didn't quite look right with the dress, and my mum was like, Molly, it looks like you're not wearing anything, like look like a stripper, because it sort of did give that vibe off. So I reinvented it. I tried, they turned out shocking, and then I thought, do you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to kind of like squat and like sit on the ground, because then you'll be able to see the jacket and the heels, but it won't look like I haven't got any other clothes on. Even though in the final images it sort of does, it looks more deliberate than the first round of pictures where the composition was just awful. So I'll insert them on screen, and again, these are some of my favourites. I love how they turned out. The only thing that's slightly annoying is they are a tiny bit out of focus, but I think it almost fits the vibe. They're meant to be a little bit grungy, and I couldn't tell that they were out of focus until I imported them on my computer. But I will still use them for Insta because they're not that bad. And then I took a few just like fun ones with the heels and with just the heels on their own, just to kind of like, whilst I was setting the camera up and like working out the aperture and the lens, stuff like that, I just thought, oh, this is like kind of fun to take. For the next one, I actually went outside, and again, I had an image in mind before I took these, so I do think that helps. If you have like a direction that you want to go in, it helps you not get sidetracked. So I'd seen this photo on Pinterest where the images had been combined to be like a collage. So I took 6 photos that I knew I would like, which took quite a while because in all the other shoots I was only really aiming for 1 or 2 photos. This was completely different to the last outfit. It was like a shirt, really smart leather trousers. I put my hair in a ponytail. I was going for like a secretary kind of vibe, which totally contrasted the going to listen to like a rock band in a nightclub kind of vibe that we just had before. But we love that. We love versatile. We love changing it up. Be both those things. Be the secretary and the rock nightclub person. Anyway, so I took these outside my house, just in my front garden. I have this really gorgeous old-fashioned wall that has like ivy climbing up it. I personally really like it. My family don't really like it, but I love having photos in front of it because I think it's just a cool contrast to like, you know, my bedroom or my living room, that kind of thing. So I stood in front of that and I had like 6 photos taken. Once I thought I'd got 6, I edited them into a collage, and this is what the collage turned out like. So you'll probably see this on my Instagram at some point. Don't really know when yet. But similarly, if I choose to not go with the collage vibe, I like all of the photos enough individually that I could just Instagram 1 or 2 of them as like a swipe option. I have got all of these poses either from working out what works for me and my body in previous photos or TikTok. There's some great TikToks where it's like how to pose on Instagram, and like, you know, it's shallow and it's very first world, but like it does help, because I do find a lot of the time I don't know what to do with my arms, or like I don't know where to put them, or like I feel awkward. And then the last shoot was whilst I was out on a walk. The sunset was just incredible. This was chance. Like when I'd set this day aside to take these photos, I did not know there was going to be a beautiful sunset, but this is what the sunset looked like on its own, just like without me in it. It was just beautiful. But I decided, yeah, I really want to take some pictures. However, the camera was really struggling to like focus on me and on the sky. Like it just could not do it. And my phone actually ended up working better, which obviously does mean like I've lost the quality of the images. The quality of them is not on the same level, but I think again it kind of works. Like the almost grainy looking effect makes them look deliberately like that, which I think you can kind of get away with sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes works. And I think with outdoor sunset photos it kind of does work. So these were the first 2. I really liked them. I had flares on by this point. I wore my flared jeans, a leather jacket, and I was just going for like casual but cool vibe. Like I love my flared jeans, but I know they're not to everybody's taste. And then these were some just extras. As I said, I'm not too sure if I'm going to use them as like 2 different posts. I think I probably will do, but also I could always just add them all as like a swipe through option. Basically, I'm just going to decide that when I get to wanting to Instagram them. This was the final shoot, and this one was just luck and chance really, because the sky does all the work in these images. It's definitely not me. So that was kind of it. I then put all of these images into Preview, which is an app on my phone that you can kind of plan your Instagram feed with. I know a lot of people that use this. You basically just put all the photos in and then you can like drag them around, reorganize them, work out what looks good where, because obviously you don't want 2 photos that look exactly the same right next to each other and then a totally different one after that. Or maybe you don't mind. It totally depends how fussy you are with your Instagram feed, because I know a lot of people that like it to look really nice or really specific. Whether you're an influencer or not, I think that some people just take more pride in their Instagram, or like more fuss over their Instagram, and if that's not you and you're not bothered, then it doesn't really matter, does it? But if you are, this is a great app and I like using it. I don't use it all the time, just if I've had like a photo shoot that I want to use multiple images from, I'll kind of try to spread them out a bit, but this app is really helpful. So roughly I've kind of got enough content now to take me pretty much almost until the end of February, which is like quite impressive. I would say there's probably about 25 or 26 days worth of Instagramming, because obviously I don't Instagram every day, and there will be like maybe sponsored posts or Instagram reels that I haven't filmed yet or taken photos for yet. So about a month's worth of content, and it genuinely took me 3.5 hours. That's it. And Instagram is one of those things where I think if it's not on the forefront of your mind and you let it just like be a back burner, it can kind of slip a little bit. And when it's part of your job, it is something that I want to think about. It's something that I want to focus on. I love photography. I loved it before I did it for my job. I did an A-level in it. I like taking pictures, and I think, you know what, maybe it's time to try and get my hobby back to where it was a couple of years ago, because I used to be okay at it. And I kind of think, why doesn't everybody just try it? You don't have to be like an influencer. Heck, you don't even have to post them to Instagram if you don't want. You could just have an afternoon taking some cool photos, editing them how you want. This is another thing, by the way. I edited all of them on Facetune 2, which is the free Facetune. None of them are Facetuned. I literally just use it for the filters, and the filter that I use is Beach Vibes 3 or 4 on all of my photos on Instagram. I literally go in, I'll alter the filter to Beach Vibes, and then I will just up the brightness a little bit so they all look a little bit brighter, unless they're too bright, and then I will lower the brightness. So yeah, those are the apps I recommend. Obviously there are multiple others, but they're the 2 that I use. Like, I'm just so like, oh, that's a nice picture, I'll Instagram it. I'm not that fussed about it being specifically matchy. I kind of wish I was, but I'm just not. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and I recommend that you try this if you want to pass some time one afternoon and just have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of fun. Subscribe down below so that you don't miss my future uploads. It really does mean a lot to me, and I shall be back on my channel very soon. Oh, also let me know in the comments which is your favourite shoot, which was your favourite. Comment it down below. Bye guys.